Good morning, people. This is Liz from Ellie's Kitchen, and today, on demand from a lot of people who come to the cafe to eat, I'm going to do a Sri Lankan potato curry. It's one of everybody's favorite. It's totally vegan because it's cooked in coconut milk. Very, very popular in Kerala, especially in the place where I come from, called Thrissur. We have this at least once a week. It's very subtly flavored with lots of coconut milk cooked in coconut oil. And because Sri Lanka is so close to India, this was a dish that came in from there by migratory Sri Lankan people. So what we need for today's dish are very simple ingredients that you can easily find in the Indian markets. We have one onion, a little bit of ginger cut into this size. What I'm using, I love this dish for its color. It's yellow and white potatoes. So what I'm using to add more color to the dish is green chilies, and fortunately I did get some bird eye chilies from JK Cheese in Chennai. So I'm going to add that just to add color. So you can decide on how much chili you need based on the spice quotient that you would love. So these three ingredients, along with a little bit of turmeric powder, a little bit of chili powder, and a little bit of coriander powder, and then we have curry leaves here and salt. Second, coconut milk, which is a bit watered down, and this is the strong coconut milk, which is much more thicker. And these are the ingredients, all the ingredients that you need. This one is shallots cut into small dices. This I will let you know later why I'm going to use this. And the potatoes that I've used is 2 large potatoes, and you need to cut them into these shapes and these sizes. You know, it's cut into like 3 to 4 mm, and make sure that it's cut a little thicker so that the potato does not mash itself while it's cooking. One of the tips that I can give you when you're using potatoes is every time you peel a potato, put that into water, otherwise the potato will turn brown and you'll lose the color of the potato in your dish. To start with, we're going to start with coconut oil. I love cooking in mud pots because it enhances the flavor of the dish. To start this dish, we need 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And once the oil heats up, you have to add in the red onions. I don't make the red onions too brown because then because the onions, when it's just sauteed very softly, it tastes very nice to eat. So just let it just blanch itself, and that's it. Onions are blanched just right enough, and to that you add the ginger. I love ginger in my dishes because it gives it such a beautiful flavor. And if you are not too much into spices, ginger in itself gives the required spice for your dish. So you can cut down on the chilies if you're not too much. Instead, I'm going to add 3 big green chilies cut into half, and then to bring in color into my dish, I'm going to add in the bird's eye chili. Trust me, this dish is really spicy, but it goes well for us. So we've got that in. And then while it is sauteing, just add some curry leaves. Are you on? Yeah. I'm going to add in a little bit of, when I say little bit, if you want measurements, yes, it's 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder. You need a little extra turmeric powder because it's a beautiful yellow curry, and I love the color of the curry, so I add a little bit extra turmeric powder. Tablespoon of coriander powder, just half a tablespoon, and half a tablespoon of chili powder. So that's as much spice that needs to go into this dish. Once that is kind of sauteed, make sure all these powders, chili powder, turmeric powder, and coriander powder, get sauteed, because then it removes the raw flavor of those powders from your dish. Now into this you add the second coconut milk, which is the watered down coconut milk. So you can already see the color of the dish is coming through. And into this coconut milk, don't wait for it to boil or anything. You can just add in your potatoes. You can use coconut milk as much as the potatoes you're going to use. I'm using one big potato, and so I've used like half a cup of coconut milk, and I have another full cup of concentrated coconut milk. And this is very important. So when you cook a dish in lightened out coconut milk, the dish takes its own flavor. You can see the difference when you when you do the first cooking with water and when you do the first cooking with coconut milk. It's completely different. So I love to use coconut milk in my dishes because most of my dishes are Kerala based from where I am, and so there's a lot of usage of coconut there, and I like to use coconut milk. And now you leave it close it, and leave it for about 15 minutes till the potatoes are tender. So the potato has been cooking for 15 minutes, and how do you check if it's cooked well? Just take a piece in a plate and press this, and it's done very well because it further cooks in its own gravy for a while. So let it, this is done for now, and we cook the potatoes first in the second milk, which is the diluted milk. Now at this stage we add in the first milk, which is much thicker. So this is the first milk from the coconut. What I've used is grated coconut milk. I add the salt towards the end because sometimes some of the vegetables or meat does not cook very well when you put salt in it in the first while it's cooking. So it cook on low flame for just about a minute, and then we are done. So this is bubbling very slowly, and you need to switch it off the minute it starts to bubble because coconut milk has a tendency to curdle. So don't let it boil. Just switch it off the minute the first bubble comes up. You can see all the colors. I love the subtleness of the red chilies. There's green chilies, there's curry leaves, and the dish is thick enough. And wait for the sound. So this is how you finish a coconut milk dish, and we are ready to eat. Try this with eggs, try this with okra, try this with raw bananas. It all tastes very different. There is my Sri Lankan potato curry. There is no better way to eat this dish other than white rice or Kerala rice. So take a little rice and pour it over. Do you see the colors? I love the colors. Feel the taste. I don't have to really do a taste test, but most of the taste tests that I do is just to see if there's enough salt, if there's too much salt. If there's too much salt, guys, just add in another boiled potato or just add in a little fresh cream. There's always ways to mend a dish that probably didn't go well. And see, the potato is nicely cooked and it's very hot. I love the chilies, but I don't dare today to have this bird's eye chili. It's too expensive. It's too spicy. It's yum, yum, yum. The flavors is so good. Please try this at home. And you will do this more often. Thank you.